Hey guys, welcome back to my channel once again. Before we dive into the tutorial, if you are here to subscribe to my channel, please click the red subscribe button down below and like the video. Thank you. Make sure you watch the video till the end because I'm going to share with you a secret of a good neckline piping and you cannot afford to miss it. Hey guys, in this tutorial I'd love to show you how I'm going to pipe this center top of all this kaftan. So the first thing you need to know, first is to get your neck measurement right. So the neck measurement of this client, my customer, is 19. So in this case, when the actual neck is 19, you are going to add 1 inch when you are cutting the neck of your kaftan before you pipe it. So that, because what I observe, or from my experience, if the actual neck is 19 and you cut around the neck of your kaftan to be 19, after you pipe the neck and you measure the neck again, you will discover that there's a reduction of 1/1 inch. So in that case, we now conclude that whenever you are cutting your neck for piping, make sure you add 1 inch extra to the actual neck measurements before you pipe it, so that after you pipe it, it will now come to the actual neck measurement. That's the reason why. Then the next thing I'm going to do now, see this neck of my client is 19. So in this case, this neck that you are seeing here is 20. 20 simply means 10. So when you 10 times 2, that is 20. So guys, I have my neck already. So the next thing I'm going to show you now is this. Please stay tuned. I'm going to show you how to join two piping. Maybe the material I want to be using for the piping is not as long as you want. So how do you join it? How will you be able to know how to join bias or piping? I'm going to show you that in this video. Material is not as wide as I really want or as I need. So in that case, what I'm going to do is very simple. I'm going to cut this piping in 2 ways. Then I will now join them together. Now here is how to cut the piping. This material, it is of four-sided material. So you discover that there's no stretch here. This side doesn't stretch at all. But when you stretch it diagonally, it will stretch. When you hold it in a diagonal form. What I mean by diagonal is cutting something across and not straight. That is what I mean by diagonal. So in that case, I'm going to fold this material like this. I'm going to fold it like this. Then I'm going to iron it down. After ironing down, I'll take the wideness of my piping. And the wideness of my piping is going to be 1.5. So I'm going to iron it down. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to take the wideness of my piping. Like I said earlier, the wideness of my piping is 1.5. You can make your own to be 1 if you don't want your piping to be wide. So you can make yours to be 1. So in this case, I'm going to be using 1.5. So I'm going to cut it out. No, we have 2 ways of joining piping, but in this video I'm going to show you only one way. I'm going to make videos separately on how to join a bias or piping. So there are 2 ways of doing so, but in this case I'm going to give you the simplest way of doing it. So I'm going to cut it like this. The piping, the length of the piping that I need should be 22 to 23 inch. In this case I have 15 inch, so I need additional 7 to 8 inch. So to achieve that is very simple. I'm going to cut another piping from the leftover material here. So this is the leftover material. I'm going to cut another piping from here. Make sure you take the wideness to be 1.5 also. The wideness of the piping should be 1.5. Yes, 1.5. So I'm going to iron it down. Then do your cutting. So guys, this is the second piping that I cut from the leftover material. So what I'm going to do now is the joining of the piping. So the joining is very simple. This one is 15 inch long also, which means the total will be 13. Now this is the 2 piping that I just cut. So this is the 2 piping that I just cut. So guys, to join this piping is very simple. What we are going to do now is this. We are going to carry this one. Then literally what you are doing is this. You are going to allow both the right side of the material to face each other, while the wrong side of this material face you. So now what you are going to do now, please pay attention to this place, please. You are going to place your ruler here. Then you are going to roll it from this point down to this point, and that is how you are going to do the joining or the sewing. So you are going to roll it. You can use your pen, but this time I'm using marking chalk. Depends on how light your material is or how strong the material is. Hopefully you can see the line I drew. So what you are going to do next is to pin it with your with your do the pinning rather. Your office pin. Use your office pin on it, especially for beginners. But if you are a professional, you can sew it without pin. So guys, I'm done with the pinning. So I'm going to my sewing machine and sew along this line that I marked. On the sewing, hopefully you can see the stitches. This material is black, so and the thread is black. To be hard for you to see the stitches. Now I'm done with the stitches. Next thing I'm going to do now is to cut out this extra material here. Cut it out as I did. Then I'm going to do like this and open the material, spread the material outward, open it up and iron it down. So also do the same thing on the other side. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. The other side. Then the next thing we are going to do now is this, guys. Please pay a close attention to this point. Make sure you trim make sure your piping are the same, as in the wideness of it are the same all through. So guys, what I'm going to do now is very simple. I'm going to take my measurement. You know, the neck of my client, like I said earlier, is 20.5 20 inch in total. So I'm going to add 3 inch. I'm going to be adding 3 inch. Here I'm cutting 23 for the piping. So guys, the next thing we are going to do now is very simple. You are going to put your hemming gum at the middle of this piping here. You are going to put your hemming gum at the middle, starting from the beginning down to the end. So guys, this place is very important. What you are going to do next, you are going to fold over this material over the piping. You know, this hemming gum and pressing iron are not really friendly, so do not allow your iron to touch the hemming gum. So what you are going to do now is this: you are going to fold over the material over the your hemming gum. Then you are going to iron it down. By doing so, you are gumming the material together with the aid of the hemming gum, because that is the duty. That's the work of the hemming gum. It gums the material together. So I'm done with the gumming. So guys, the next thing I'm going to do now, I'm going to come here. Then I'm going to be folding over this piping over each another. And then the one under it will be wider than the one. This one is wider than this one at the top. That is how we are going to do it. So I'm going to iron it down and then I'll show you the result of what exactly I'm talking about. So guys, I've already done the bending of the piping. I'm going to bring the camera a little bit close or very close so that you can see what I did here. You can see that this one under is wider than the one at the top. So that's how it is all through. So guys, the next thing I'm going to show you now is how to attach the piping to the neck of your senator or your kaftan. Here is how to do the attachment. So here is my piping. You are going to hold this part. Then this is the neck of my kaftan. This is the neck. So here is how to do the attachment. You are going to put the kaftan in between the two piping. Then you fold it over like this. Fold it over. Then you are going to sew along this point here. Sew along this point. Then after you are done with that side, you will now come here and start sewing along here. Then after that, and then at the middle, then after that, all the two spaces, you are going to run your thread or your stitches along those places. So in this case, I'm going to have like 5 stitches on this placket. This is one of the secrets I use mostly. When you do that, it will not allow the piping to form wrinkle or to be rough anymore. So that is it. I'm going to show you the result of exactly what I'm talking about, and I'll lay more emphasis on it. Stay tuned. So guys, I've already done the piping. Look at the stitches that I was talking about. This is about 5 stitches. So the main reason why I'm doing this is this: from my observation and from my experience, when you run a stitch on the piping without leaving a wide amount of distance in between the thread, it makes the piping to be very neat and come out very well. So that is the main reason why I recommended from me to run like 5 threads on your piping. So when I iron it down, I'm going to show you the result. So guys, this is what I got after I ironed the piping down. This is how it looks. Since this material is dark, and the camera is not that clean, so bear with me please. So this is the result of my piping. So when I measure this piping round now, what I will get is nothing but 19 inch, like what I told you that time. So that is the reason why I add 1 inch to my piping whenever I want to do the piping, or whenever I'm doing the cutting. So that is it, guys. If you love the video, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up so that YouTube algorithm will refer this video to other people that might need it. And if you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please do so now, because YouTube told me that 72% of people that watch my video are not subscribers. Please do so and subscribe. Thank you so much. Love you guys. Peace.